G'day everyone, Ali here. Well, I'm going to do another art journal page using some magazine cutouts and some stamps today. But first of all, I'm actually going to just gesso my page here, and I'm just going to be using some Montmartre white gesso. So I've got this in a jar because my lid cracked and yeah, so instead of wasting it, I put it in a glass jar. But anyway, so I'll gesso all of this off and I'm just going to give this a dry off. I'm going to be using some nice bright colours today. So I've just got some Semco acrylic paints here. Just going to do yellow just for my background and just colour or just paint that all over. So once this page is all done, just going to just give it a dry with my heat gun. Now, I recently used some tissue paper on a previous project and it's still on my desk, so I thought I would just actually rummage through again and just pick out some leftover tissue paper so I can glue this down onto my page. I'm going to use some Montmartre matte medium to glue these pieces down onto the page today. So I'm just going to make sure this is all dry, so just going to hit it with the heat gun because I do want to do some stenciling next. So I do have some Kaisercraft stencils here and I'm going to use this one and just apply some paint through the stencil. So I'm going to use a sponge, and this is just a makeup sponge. I just buy these at the local chemist warehouse, like $2 for like 20 or something. So just going to go through and just stencil this. So the trick here as well is just to make sure that you don't have too much paint on your sponge or else it will seep underneath and you don't want that. So I do have another Kaisercraft stencil here. This was a 12-inch one with 4 stencils on it, and I did actually just cut it down because I found that the 12-inch was just too big for me, so I've just cut it down to manageable sizes. Now just doing the same, and you can see up the top there that I had a bit too much paint on my sponge and it did seep underneath. Well, it'll just add to the interest of the page, I guess. Now I do have some stamps and a couple of heads here, Julie Nutting and a Dylusions stamp. I've also got a Kaisercraft paper pad here, which I'm going to use some paper out for the dress. So I'm just going through and just picking which paper that I do want. So I'm just going to use this one here. Now I've got this Julie Nutting stamp here, and all I want to do is just stamp out the dress basically. So I'm going to use my Tim Holtz tonic stamping platform, and I'm just going to use this just in case I don't stamp the first time properly. I can always go in and stamp again. So I'm just going to use some VersaFine black onyx ink here, and I'm just going to use some of my clear embossing powder just over the top as well, just to give that a little bit of a shine, and just those creases in the dress, just a little bit of definition. I've got some Faber Castell Pit Artist pens here, and these are permanent colours, and I just wanted to just colour the ribbon part of the bottom of the dress. So I'm going to use 2 colours. One's green olive and the other one is pink carmine. Now, as usual, I will link all the supplies that I'm using over on my website, and my website link will be down below. So be sure to check that out for all the products that I do use today. Now, I am fussy cutting this out because this is going to be like a bit of a feature on my art journal page today. So I think I am getting heaps better with my fussy cutting. It used to take me forever to fussy cut something. It still does, I think, but I'm getting a little bit quicker. Now I've also got this head here, and this is for those that don't know, Curtis Stone. He is a chef down here down under, and he promotes a lot of Coles grocery stuff. So I saw his cheeky little grin and thought that I would use that for my page. I've also got some Dylusions stamps here, and this is put a bird on it, which all I'm going to do is stamp the legs, because I'm going to utilize the legs on this page also. I'm also going to use those Faber Castell markers that I used on the skirt as well. So I just want it to be just a bit of a fun page and just some funny legs on it as well. So what I've done as well, I've looked through all my stamps that I have, and I've got quite a few stamps, and just to see what I've got in my stash that I could actually utilize for pages like this as well. So instead of going to magazine cutouts, why not look at your stamps? So I'm just going to glue everything down onto my page, and I'm just using my Mod Podge in matte medium. I do like using this because it does turn out to be matte as well, so you don't see any of the glue seeping through, just dries matte. Now I want Mr. Curtis Stone to have some funky hair, and I'm drawing on some lovely locks at the moment. So just got a pencil here, just drawing them through just to make sure that I'm happy with everything before I make it all permanent. Now I've just got my Montmartre white gesso here, and I'm just going to go over it with a thinnish paintbrush. Because I'm going to colour over this. So if I coloured straight over without putting any white gesso down, I don't think I'd have the same effect. I really want these locks of hair to be prominent on the page. So by putting the white gesso down and colouring it in after, it will be a true colour of what I want. The colours that I'll be colouring in with will be the Faber Castell markers. Now I've just got a normal biro here in black, and this is a Bic Atlantis Air pen, and I'm just going to go round the outside of my locks and just accentuate them, because I will actually colour this in also. Now that I'm pretty happy with that, I'm just going to colour the sections in, just using the Faber Castell markers in those same colours as the dress and the shoes. Now I am going to put a sentiment on this, and I'm just going to use my pencil just to draw some lines and also write out the sentiment. So I'm happy with the writing, and I'm just going to go through with my black biro again and just write out the sentiment. I've also got a calligraphy pen, and I'm just going to make some of these letters just a little bit thicker as well, especially on the bottoms, just to be a bit more playful. Just going to go around Curtis's face just to make that pop off the page a bit more. I'm just going through my stash because I just want different eyes. So I've got a magazine cutout of Julia Morris, and Julia Morris is an Australian comedian who hosts I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Australia for this year. So she's been doing it for a while, so I just thought I would actually add her eyes to Curtis Stone. So I'll just colour in the lips with the same Faber Castell marker, just to make them pop out. I'm also going to do another sentiment up the top here because look, I'm really having fun doing these sentiments and I think they're turning out really, really well. So practice makes perfect. So up the top here, I'm going to put only you can do it. So it's so true, only you can do it. So just give it a go. So just doing the same type of writing as I did down below. That's my fun page finished for today, and I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and give it a go if you haven't done so already. I'm having a ton of fun. If you have enjoyed this, please give me your thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And until my next video, stay creative, stay crafting, and see you all next time. See ya!